I'm the one who's looking at statistics, which is why I can tell you that yesterday, Fat Nuts became a free subscriber.
Fat Nuts.
I almost took a picture of it to share with you guys and be like, we made it.
We truly made it. We're truly living at that point.
I want a screenshot and I'm gonna fucking frame it.
I'll find it.
Is it Fat Nuts with an S or with a Z?
No, PHAT, the good kind of fat.
No, but
obviously.
nuts.
But the nuts.
Oh, with a Z, obvi.
So good.
Chef kiss, absolutely, 100%.
I will chef kiss those fat nuts.
Fat Nuts.
I want it on a shirt.
Welcome back, listener, to I Seduce the Dragon. If you're here, then like our players, you don't remember what the hell is going on.
I'm looking at you, Fat Nuts.
I remember everything.
I want Fat Nuts to give a summary of this past season.
That's optimistic to think that Fat Nuts is still subscribed.
Do you think I could get that as a license plate?
So welcome back, and welcome to our faces. Yes. Lucky you. We are
Pretty.
going to spend this time. We're so cute.
We're so pretty.
How about we go through some of the fine points of last season, just the highlights, and remind ourselves and everyone what happened so they don't have to go back and listen. They can start right here.
Ooh, well, you're so smart.
Yeah. All right, so let's get into it. We began in Goodread. You guys remember that?
I remember fondly. It was
Shut up. Christina's a goddamn show off, okay? Because she's youthful and she doesn't drink and she's got math degrees. This is bullshit.
She's got a brain.
I take notes of things happening.
All right.
Oh, we lost Ryan.
Ryan's already stormed off,
Ryan's gone.
and
This
I
is
haven't
great.
even had to cast a single spell yet.
This might be a new record for us getting Ryan to storm off in anger.
To rage quit, because I remember we started like the day after Martha gets elected to town speaker. She
Yes.
still got the divot in her chest from the arrow, the assassination attempt.
That little shit.
So you guys started in Goodmead. You fought a couple of Duergar there, which after playing Baldur's Gate, I am beginning to suspect that we might have been pronouncing Duergar wrong. I'm making air quotes wrong the whole season, and I don't intend to stop.
Wait, how do other people say it?
In the video game, they say Duergar.
Well, they're
That's
wrong.
dumb. It's
Where-
pronounced Canada, and like that whole country can suck it.
Where?
I personally favor
Duergar?
Ryan Keely's bespoke pronunciation, which rhymes with Beauregard.
It's got one of them. What's the opposite of a silent letter?
Just extra syllables put in there. Yeah.
You gotta add that zazz.
It's got an implied D at the end. Do regard.
You killed a Duergar, and you questioned one. You tortured one. The first of many tortures in season 1.
I don't know where it comes from.
Sometimes it just comes out of you, you know?
Erastus has some issues.
She did torture Rami, or as his cult name is, Ronnie.
Ronnie.
Rami got the long, prolonged torture, the several hours of torture in that hotel room. Yeah.
That one I remember.
That was an eventful night.
That was an eventful night. You tortured a guy. You found out that there's a dragon coming, and you killed the dragon.
Dana has her heart set on a certain sponsor, and I think when you found out there's a dragon coming would also be just like a really good segue into that particular advertisement.
I was actually just trying to remember this torture.
Oh,
It was in the bathroom.
Oh, was this the poop torture?
This was the poop torture. We were in the inn.
That's right.
In Goodmead. And the Duergar were invisible, and we fought them in the tavern, and then we took the live one, because we killed one of them, but we took the living one into the bathroom to torture.
That's
For
right.
privacy, I guess.
That's right, yes. Not to make a scene, because I hate making a scene in public.
I think he did get acided to death in there, if I remember correctly.
no,
Yes.
she shanked him.
got shanked.
Mercifully.
If I remember correctly, it's because there are the Duergar, and I will not say it differently, royalty were planning on doing like a siege on the overworld essentially now that it's almost eternal night.
Zardarok, the name that no one can ever remember.
Zardarok and his 2 sons, one of whom we killed.
You killed Nildar.
Nildar Sunblight.
Yes.
And then there's the other one, which is Nilfar.
No, there's Nilfnir and Nilfar. Or wait, hold on, I'm mixing them up.
So yeah, Zardarok was the dad.
Fuck that dude.
Yes.
Nildar's the dead, and Dirth is the brother.
Dirk.
Dearth.
Because we killed Nildar, they moved up the timeline for which they were going to attack all of us with the Shardolin dragon.
Okay, I would like to point out that when Jess, our DM, says, and we found out that there was a dragon, we didn't super find that out.
Yeah, that was. Yeah, I disagree. We did not. We got some vague information that suggested things may happen in the future, but there was no specificity.
Let's be clear. We were not like told, hey, you're going to get dragon attacked. And then we were like, oopsies.
We found out there was going to be a dragon when we saw the dragon approach.
Yes. Yes.
That's when we found out there was going to be a dragon.
That's when you're like, oh, that timeline is moving up.
Oh,
Yeah,
Doomsaur's on dragon's wings. I get it.
Not an STD.
Not.
The dragon attacked Goodmead.
We had to rescue some kids.
We had to rescue some kids, and they were evacuating, and then we had to go to East Haven because that's where the dragon was. But you did give us some sick potions. Martha and Tohri got some potions of very slow flight.
Yes.
So good.
That's right.
No, but no, Martha's was to everyone in 100 feet could hear her thoughts.
Yes.
And that was the jelly bean.
That was my jelly bean that Martha still doesn't really know that those jelly beans do anything other than taste yummy.
But we fought the dragon. We defeated the dragon. Fuck that
Yes.
dragon.
Sexily.
You did sexily defeat the dragon.
So sexily.
That's how we do everything.
And if you want to listen to that, folks, go hit up episode 3.
I just remember it was an exercise in fantastic friendship, and B, the only damage I took in that entire fight was the impact with the ground when the dragon fell out of the sky.
It was pretty. You guys did some damage to it, mostly Martha.
There was some lube involved, too.
There was some lube involved.
There always is.
We lubed up some Durkar.
The dragon was filled because it was a big clockwork dragon. It was filled with mechanics, and you knocked some of them off of it in midair by lubing up the dragon itself, and they slipped right off.
Listener, if you ever encounter a dragon, just best way to get rid of it, you know?
Lube it up and hop on.
I mean, honestly, that's just a really good tactic in general.
But Rami was one of those Durgar, right? It was one of the mechanics.
Yes, so you guys killed the dragon, and then you leveled up. You were joined in the fight by Riverdance and the Joshes. Don't forget, you had help, so.
Oh.
Did they help us?
We
or
helped
did we
them
help
with
them? I remember Riverdance being on fire a little bit. Like
She was on fire a couple times. She was on fire pretty bad, actually.
With attraction for Gentry Rose, potentially? No.
You definitely tried.
Just embarrassment. Just burning embarrassment.
Not as embarrassing as Martha broadcasting her thoughts to the Joshes.
I can't even remember now. Which one's the hot Josh?
I think it's the brunette.
Brunette
Brunette.
Josh.
All
Yeah,
that Josh
Josh.
fever, and you just
I
pieced
feel
out of
like
East Haven and didn't give him a second thought.
They're both hot. It just
Oh, I'm
came
giving
out
him
that
plenty
we
of
all
thoughts.
prefer brunettes at some point.
Well, the thing is, no, it's brunette Josh in the classic stereotyping. Brunette Josh is the more complicated Josh, the deeper Josh, whereas blonde Josh is not not as
It's a simple
He's more
man.
Erastus-like.
he's a simple
Well,
man.
this is why I'm like it's so different for me to get into the Martha is because Flanders likes a
Prefers
himbo
blondes.
and Martha likes a complicated man.
Martha is a himbo.
Right, and you can't have two himbos.
Yeah.
That's true. That's true. Yeah, you need balance in a relationship.
Martha's thinking long term. She's
Yeah. She's always so
she's
long
writing her
game.
name in her notebook and it's like Martha Brunette because she actually doesn't know what Josh's last name is.
it's like one of those situations where their names aren't actually Josh. I think they were just like assigned Josh when they got hired on.
That's actually true. That's their lore.
Perfect. That's Martha's new quest, is to find out Brunette Josh's real name.
I also vividly remembering that we beat the dragon. We showed off to Riverdance and the Joshes. We captured Rami.
Your child ended up in a different city.
Yes.
Excellent parenting.
You know, I don't know where that little guy is at any given moment.
You're doing, what is it, free range parenting?
Exactly.
He's an off-leash kid.
I'm letting him grow in his own time. I say controlling him and telling him he's not allowed to go with us. We found an inn. I remember Erastus haggling the concierge to get a room with a bath in it, I think.
I needed to soak after that epic battle because, you know, like if you don't stretch out and soak, your muscles are going to be really tired and tight.
No, and you definitely needed to limber up that night.
You had some important business that evening.
That was all in the same day?
Yes, you tortured poor little Rami. This
Damn.
poor little mechanic. You poked him in all of his fingers and toes. You made him bleed and cry.
Foreplay.
Yeah, that was probably foreplay for you. That's why you had to go get laid.
I'm scrolling back to things that we named the notes before we were going to potentially have this be in like iTunes. Knit purple dick sock.
Oh, because Toy was
nut.
naked. Toy was naked. Ooh.
Wait, stop. What are you talking about?
Okay.
That's got to be pre-campaign.
Knit purple dick sock was when it was the day before the election, Martha's election, when you guys found out Tohri was a were-tiger and you had to fight him in the woods with all of the dwarves, the 7 dwarfs.
Right.
Who one of them, I think it was the dopey one, was killed. And
Half
because
helm.
Tohri half helm, yeah.
Why is that the only thing I remember? God damn it.
But because, yes, Tohri unwere-tigered without clothes on and was given a half-helm's hat to cover himself.
Yes.
That is where knit purple dick
If
sock
we keep
comes
saying knit purple dick sock, we're going to end up activating some kind of sleeper agent and someone's going to get assassinated.
I remember Gentry saying that she was going to bed and then routinely waking, like not going to bed so that she could comment on what we were doing and then be like, but I'm going to
that was really
bed.
challenging for me
I'm asleep.
personally.
You tortured poor Rami, and then Erastus got a booty call.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, you did.
Obviously.
What did you remember about your booty call?
I remember that it was from Malachi, and Martha had some issues with it because Malachi was supposed to kill her or whatever, contracted to kill her. It was like, how dare you? And I'm like, whatever. My relationships pre-exists this hit on your life. I don't really care.
Correct.
And then I went to the spa, and Malachi did not treat me. Just got general entry. There was no couples massage. There was no scrub. The front desk lady was very nice.
A couples massage, though. Actually,
I do.
what?
I'll take any massage.
Any massage.
I don't think I would want a couples massage either, Dana. I'm with
Okay,
you. No.
I take a couple's massage with a stranger.
I would rather the massage therapist not even be there. I just would rather roll on a bumpy thing by myself.
So do you call camping in the desert getting a massage?
Yeah, I mean, I just don't want another person involved.
Yeah, I am with you. What is the appeal of a couples massage?
It's a massage that I can usually get someone else to pay for. Is the appeal?
Oh, well, that's fine.
That's pretty appealing.
I don't want to hear other people's massage noises. Not in like a. I don't want to. I don't. Not in like
You bullied Cristina into grunting.
Yeah. Let's talk about that. Hold on.
Well, that's for my own personal amusement and enjoyment. It was hilarious. I don't want to. I don't think I can enjoy my own massage. It's not like a jealousy thing. It's just like I think I'll just be like cringed and ick if I have to audibly hear other people going, ugh. Or like, ugh.
Do you do that?
I mean, I've made like Generally, it's a noise of pain.
Give me a list of the noises you've made in a massage, Dana.
Usually, like,
Get right up in the microphone and
it's
then
usually more like a whimper, like.
I take it back. I want to do a couples massage with Dana.
I'm in.
To hear the sounds of fear she produces?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, my theory with couples massages. I think it's the same people that have like a joint Facebook account, which is so that the lady knows her boyfriend isn't getting a happy ending.
I would be fine with the happy ending. I don't want to have to hear any. I just
You
don't.
just don't want to have to hear him grunt as he's getting a happy ending.
You killed Malachi, though,
I fucking shanked him real good.
and then you questioned the dead body.
We did question. It was me and Gentry in an alleyway
Yeah.
in light of day questioning a dead body.
Yeah, you still have that dead body?
Yes, we have to keep it. If we want to ask it any more questions, we have to have 10 days.
Why are you so bad at disposing of bodies? Like,
We technically only need the head.
you're both smart women. Why in game do your characters suck nuts at dealing with bodies?
I'm kind of a pack rat. I'm sorry. You never know when it might come in handy.
You gotta travel light.
I think we were only allowed 2 corpses because after that, it's hoarding.
She's gonna call TLC's corpse hoarders. Send someone to clean out our fanny pack of holding.
We learned from questioning the dead body that some servant of the demon Asmodeus had contracted the hit on Martha for the expose that she wrote.
Yeah, we learned this is all Martha's fault. Everything's Martha's
It's
fault.
all Martha's fault.
And that was the greatest compliment Martha's ever received, is that a demon wants to kill her.
I think the compliment was me murdering that good dick for you. Boo.
That is kind of a compliment.
That's kind of a compliment. And considering that it turns out that it doesn't even matter because we still have evil forces coming for you.
That's because his boss, Mr. Bingo, is going to finish the hit and take you out.
Do you feel the blade ever
Sword of
getting closer to
Damocles.
your neck?
The sword of Mr. Bingo.
We're still fucked, but now Erastus doesn't get like free croissants.
No, I will say that like Martha's biggest fear is getting killed by someone with a dorky name like Mr. Bingo.
Yeah, because that will go in the pamphlet.
Posthumously.
If you publish a posthumous pamphlet that says I was killed by Mr. Bingo, ooh, I will haunt the shit out of you.
So you stuffed that dead body back in your corpse bag, and you went to Bryn Shander.
It's not my corpse bag, it's their corpse bag.
You made it. It's kind of technically your corpse bag.
It's our corpse bag.
It's the communal corpse bag.
We are all sharing it.
Much better.
We went to Bryn Shander to find the sleds of children that had escaped from Goodmead because my son was probably with them.
And just go back to the honey fucker.
Yeah, the only thing I've wanted to do this entire game.
You finally got to do it. So why are you complaining?
Because I know what happens later.
We leave the honey
said
fucker.
so despondently.
This is where Erastus enters his Christian Slater phase of just moodiness. I'm such a rebel and I have feelings. Meh.
Mm-hmm. And why is that? Why is Erastus so fucking blue?
I don't remember.
Of course you don't.
Pretty on par, actually.
Why?
We don't want to confuse people who are tuning in. Like, you know, no. No, we haven't changed. Don't worry, guys.
Still chaotic.
We don't even get into Bryn Shander because we stopped at like a stall, at Torga's stall outside the town, and Gentry immediately tries to steal stuff.
I didn't steal it, but I did get it.
You did steal it.
Well, not myself though.
No, I stole it for you.
So her conscience is clean.
And I also had to go on a date with Torga.
Yes.
Had to. I didn't say sorry. This mishap led to the greatest night of your life.
Yeah. You're
That's
welcome.
true.
Now you're in love.
The world's grossest meat cute.
In classic D&D manner, Tohri decided to flirt his way out of trouble, and it somehow worked.
You stole me a rod, and your heart got stolen by a beautiful lady. Kind of.
Have you looked up art of Torga, by the way?
Have you?
I have. I wanted to see what Torga looks like in the book.
Torga fan fiction art.
Unchanged.
Yeah.
Still the love of my life.
Thank you.
Still the love of my life.
Did it match what you
100%.
had in your head?
I don't make mental images.
Oh, right, you don't
so-
make
But you can remember everything, and it's unfair.
Oh.
I know. I know. There's extra space where we have pictures.
We learned another horrible thing when we came into town because we went to the Honeyfucker. The other horrible news was that Alfie had been selected in the lottery for who was going to be sacrificed to Arl.
Oh yeah.
Cool, Ryan. Cool.
Yeah, I was gonna say Ryan is laughing, but Erastus was crying.
Yeah.
You had such a moving scene with his going away party too.
It was a beautiful going away party.
You found out that Alfie was drawn. You devised a way to get him out of town.
Oh, we've saved Ronnie.
You brought Ronnie with you.
And importantly, Ronnie was hold on. We've skipped some Gentry Rose details here.
Okay, back
Gentry
up.
Rose has found out
Tell
she's a
us.
demigod. Talked to her grandmother.
Oh, you're trying to actually talk about this like it actually happened and is real in the recap?
Has learned that she can be prayed to. She's also realized that her parents have been trying to get messages into Icewind Dale, but they are alive. And she has learned more about Asmodeus, the god that is
Asmodeus.
hunting Martha. Oh, she's going to have to kill Oral. So she's been tasked with a lot. And she's actually very important, but no one will listen to her at all. Through various dreams that she has, that her grandmother, who turns out, the traveler god, Gentry has realized that she is, she can
This is why there's
pray,
like an
she can receive
autobiography
prayer,
and a biography.
and she can,
Who started this?
she needs to get some faithful to follow her and believe in her and pray for her, besides her mom, who believes in her very hard. So she rescued Rami / Ronnie, the Duergar.
Rami. Rom with an
Ronnie.
M.
The Duergar.
Okay.
No, his cult name is Ronnie.
That's right. It's his cult name. It's his cult
Duergar.
name.
The train is just laying on the side in the snow right now. The state of the train.
It's never gonna.
And that brings us to where we are now, where Ronnie and Alfie are going to switch places.
Yeah, we also skipped over the part where everyone discovers that I'm secretly a prince running from other responsibilities.
Yeah, that's right. We learned that you were a Fey prince who has some. We don't know quite yet why, but we know that you were a Fey prince on the run, essentially. Responsibilities.
We've also learned that you can't erase your memory by running headfirst into a wall.
I will keep trying.
But you can erase your memory by just letting a Oobleck eat it.
See?
Just
It's
letting it
working.
eat your
It's
brain. A
working.
parasite.
Ooplex.
Yeah. So there's an Oblex eating Erastus's brain.
Yeah, I don't. Why? Yeah, why?
Erastus wanted to save his father, the Fey King, from dying by going to a different dimension called the Golden Cathedral, where there was the Fountain of Youth, or at least the Elixir of Life, or something like that, so that he could get that, so that his dad wouldn't die. Because if his dad died, then Erastus would become the king, and then he had to be in charge.
And I don't want that responsibility.
He doesn't want the responsibility. Also, it's your dad. One hopes you like him.
Well, yeah. Also, I'm a fairy, saint or whatever. He's been alive for a long time. I've never known another way.
Yeah. That's true. But the Golden Cathedral was overrun by the dimension-hopping parasitic creatures called the Oblex, one of whom infected Erastus. And as an attempt to escape, he shot himself and Alfie through a dimensional door into the material plane. His memories were being consumed by the Oblex. And now he forgot everything. And apparently, like, there was a whole bit where Alfie was like, "This isn't the first time I've had to explain this to you, Erastus." And Erastus then started running and trying to ram his head against the wall so he'd forget again. And Alfie was just like, "It's so sad that this keeps happening."
Yeah, it's called a trauma response.
You incompassionate fucks.
I don't want to be in charge. I just want to have a cool bar, okay? Doesn't everyone just want to have a cool bar where like everyone knows their
We
name?
also, I will say, do not want you to be in charge either. So, yes, I think we can all agree on that.
Yeah.
Can you imagine Erastus in charge of the Fey realm?
He'd be like, execute that man. His skin is dry and flaky.
Suddenly she's not so opposed. Oh
It
no.
would be very sexy.
I may have read some Sarah J. Maas, and I'm like, ooh, maybe I should go back there.
We also learned at Tohri's date, he learned from Torga that there was the leader of a nearby town that is also a servant of Asmodeus who also wants to kill Martha. And Torga sold out her location.
True.
So Martha was once again being targeted, but we didn't have to worry about that night.
Who was that guy?
That was Maxil Dinar
Yes.
in Targos.
When we came back from the date, Sefik, Torga's creepy assistant slash
Oh,
bodyguard
yeah, that was
slash serial killer was in the bar. He was trying to basically like con Alfie into being like, "Oh, I'll help you escape so that you don't get sacrificed, and we'll go to like a secret thing in the woods."
Yeah, that sounds like a real promise.
Yeah, Erastus was skeptical, and then I think that Tohri just stabbed him to death a whole bunch of times.
Yeah, it was entrapment. Let's be real.
It was entrapment. It was entrapment.
attempted entrapment.
But then when he died, like a ghost shot out of his body and broke through the window, alerting the guards outside that were there to keep Alfie inside. And so we didn't have time to burn the body in the fireplace, which I agree would not have worked. I remember Flanders being like, "You cannot burn a body in the fireplace."
I know a little something about body disposal. Fireplaces just won't cut it.
After that, we made the plan to sneak Alfie out. The plan ultimately...
Happened.
The planning part of it did not matter, but
Yeah,
we did sneak Alfie out.
all execution, baby. I
All
don't got
right.
no rules.
So the Obelix approached Erastus in his head while he was in the
Yes.
bath and told him that it could help him, and Erastus told it to fuck off.
Yeah, I'd just been told that my friend was dying.
Yes.
Obelix needs to work on their timing if they want to have a conversation with me.
It was honestly inconsiderate of the Obelix.
Pretty rude.
Make an
honestly.
appointment next time.
Did you have the capacity for that? No, you could not receive that information.
Obelix revealed itself. You said, "Shut the fuck up." And then you all snuck Alfie out of the bar by making him look like Rami and switching them.
We did a switcheroo.
Oh, we can talk about how we left Rami to be murdered when he's found out, because best case scenario, they find out he's a Duergar and they hang him. Worst case scenario, they think he's Alfie and they hang him.
But now Rami gets to run the bar now. He gets
has
to
a
run the
week of-
bar.
he gets a week of delight or however long until the ceremony. Hey, he's lived this long. He's on borrowed time.
He had a good run.
has.
He had a
That's
great
He's an
run.
artist. He's going to live his best life, and he's going to go back to...
He's going to go back to a big farm
And he's going to get a
upstate.
forge and make...
Play with other Duergars on the
Erastus
farm.
fancy armor
Run around in the field.
of, like...
He did teach Erastus how to make fancy armor.
He did point you all to the fortress when you tortured him.
fortress. He's not going to a farm somewhere.
There's a fortress in the Underdark.
And that's the next thing we're gonna do. We're gonna have some fun storming the castle.
You guys are on a
the
real strong
island.
trajectory to storm a castle at some point. I don't mind telling you.
We escape Bryn Shander with Alfie. All of us head to Lonelywood.
Okay, pause there because Gentry also visited her troop.
Mm-hmm.
It did.
Yes, she did.
Yes, so she told them. that
Tohri
she
got
was
it
a
in.
god, and then they.
Didn't Tohri also visit the troop?
He visited all right.
Conveniently skimmed over that.
Accomplished, like really did nothing, but just showed up and banged one out, I guess.
Isn't that something?
You called him there. He retrofitted multiple wagons so that they could be sled. You called him there from a party where he was doing keg stands with Martha so that he could work for you for free.
This is why I don't believe in organized religion.
You did take days off of his friendship contract that he was legally bound to.
Yeah, it just felt so unfamiliar that Tohri was doing something not fucking or murdering or stealing or drinking.
You guys always forget about Tohri's woodworking skills.
But yeah,
You always forget that he's a carpenter.
yeah.
Also, the time he fought the dragon.
Yeah.
Also,
Totally.
the time that he stole that rod for you.
Totally.
Also, the time that
I take
he
Tohri for granted,
backed,
for sure.
You do. Yeah. Well, I'm glad that you admitted it.
Well, no, the stealing and the fighting actually make perfect sense.
The stealing and the fighting is, what's wrong with being good at just that?
it's very good. And thank you for the sleds.
You got to have a cover job. Only one crime at a time.
Trying to figure out how to make a pun about Tohri and his sticky fingers.
Joke made.
Ew. Kristen hates it so much.
I know I'm thriving right now. Actually, I am delighted. I know the creature that I made and let loose in this campaign. I am so aware.
Oh yeah, and Gentry encouraged her troop to go to
Goodmead.
Goodmead. Yeah.
Yeah, you sent them to Goodmead. So all of you got on some sleds with Sagan. Sagan has made an astonishingly little appearance in our recap so far.
Oh, yeah. And he's such a big part of the story.
I guess he's not really.
He's such a
but-
big part of Tohri's life.
He's not a big part of Tori's life.
We were headed to Lonely Wood because we needed to find Anvig, my stepdaughter, and the only blood relation to Sagan that we knew the location of, so that we can get the anti-werewolf juice for him from her blood. But as we were arriving there, Tohri smelled a lot of were-tigers and a lot of death. And we also ran into, well, he went ahead to scout, and then you guys ran into Scarborough.
Ew.
This takes place every time anybody says her name, and it delights me.
Ew, oh my god.
Oh, at some point also, Gentry had another dream where she talked to her grandma, and her grandma was like, "You're a demigod. Some demigods are born as a frog under a leaf. Some demigods are..." I just remember the frog.
That's a really weird and specific minor thing.
I don't remember any of the frog on a leaf thing.
That's how my mind works.
Yep.
But yeah, she was told that she needed to gain power through worship by gaining a following, and you could use the following, the power of that worship, to manifest minor miracles. And that you needed to do that and get strong quick because a bunch of other gods were gonna come and kill you.
Yeah.
Basically. But Aurel's night bubble was keeping them out, so it was like you were in a playpen in a weird way. Like it was working in your favor because it keeps the other gods out.
Yeah, she said to find followers. She said that Asmodeus is pissed off that you were born.
Because I take a little bit of the power. It's like a zero-sum god game, demigod game.
What's very ironic is I hate gods. I actually set out to never run a story that dealt with a pantheon of gods.
Why'd you make me a demigod then?
Ooh.
Because
She hates you.
that's the story that wanted to be told. I don't know how to tell you. Sometimes the thing that you don't want still has to happen. You know how you make your character, and then over the course of months, you learn who your character is, and maybe it's not who you thought it was when you started, right?
Yeah, no, that
Your
that is-
story is like this. Sometimes stuff comes up, and I'm like, it's almost like it wasn't even my idea. It just like it has to happen that way. Like Sagan being the were-tiger that Tohri encountered in the woods, that was not going to happen until like the day before or 2 days before that session, when it came to me and I was like, oh, like I have no choice. Like looking at a menu and you can only look at one dish. It's like that kind of pull to something specific.
This is both of our growth's edge. You hate gods, and I'm processing my religious trauma growing up
Possibly.
in Southern Baptist.
Yeah, maybe.
That's what D&D is for.
All right, so you guys made it to Lonelywood.
We make it to Lonelywood.
Terrible dinner dates ensue.
So bad.
Lonelywood has been taken over by a cult of were-tigers led by a guy named Fox, who has raided the town and killed or captured any of the townsfolk. Currently, it's just overrun by were-tigers. Before Arl came, they worshipped this one god, but then Fox did like a coup, basically, during the big ceremony to get his tiger shifting powers. He was able to turn people in like a toxic, messed up version of the ceremony so that they were ruled by the madness of the tiger.
Also, important discoveries were made. Gentry can like be in a prayer plane. Is it it's not even an astral plane. It's like a prayer plane.
What it seemed like, just from an outside point of view, it seemed like you were projecting your divine self out into the prayer plane, and you sensed the prayers of the survivors in the town. They weren't praying to you specifically, but they were just praying generally for
You just
help.
hoovered up them
So-
prayers.
And you were able to sense their desire.
If it's crisis specific, or can I always just kind of go on a scouting
tried.
prayer?
Maybe you can just
prayer
sense prayer.
mission.
It is kind of a mechanic that I don't love, which is, and I'm not trying to do this to you either. I don't want you to feel like you've got to find time to make it about Gentry and do Gentry only things, because that's not what this game is about necessarily. I'll do a better job of prompting you, but the truth is, you can do that anytime. And at this point, with the number of encounters, number of impressions you've made, there's probably going to be somebody praying to you
Also, we're in
all
a
the time.
shitty world where everyone's kind of like desperate.
Yeah, they're burning sweet elves at the stake.
Sweet elves, sweet wizards.
No,
No, the wizards aren't getting trials. That's a
Wizards
different
aren't
issue.
getting trials. Wizards are just
wizards
getting
are not getting
killed.
trials.
It's vigilante justice in
That was not ever actually specified.
Go back.
Never
It was
said it at any point.
pre-podcast. So
Gentry
I
said it
can't.
regularly, and now it's stuck in my brain.
This has been my story the entire
The
time.
story changes every time.
Vigilante justice.
Roll the tapes. Roll the tapes.
How it was presented to me, you can just death penalty with no trial for wizards is how it was basically presented. And it was a vigilante situation. They rounded up this wizard. We don't know what he did. It was just, oh, they're killing wizards. That is how it was presented.
I will 87% back this up.
We were all there.
Oh, and now the vote's split.
We were all there, and some of us have reliable memories. I'm not one of them.
And some of us have written notes about what happened.
Shut up,
And
Cristina.
what was said.
Showing off again. Youthful brain. Oh, I'm so pretty and youthful, and my brain works. I know how this game is played.
Oh, I'm an astronaut.
I'm an astronaut.
We go to Lonelywood. Tohri was able to he was invited to a dinner party by Fox because he's also a were-tiger, and he was able to get Martha into the party also by pretending that she was his betrothed,
Yes.
The best
which Martha
moment
got
of my life.
weirdly into in a way
Yes.
that I'm still concerned about.
But was so obvious and expected.
Yeah, I feel like you should have seen this coming from a mile away.
I want to know so badly. I don't want to know because I want to find out in game. I don't want you to tell me, but I desperately want to know why. Like, what is it about Tohri Cole that she's like, I'm gonna lock that down?
Possibly Martha, like myself, the only type of commitment that she does not fear is commitment to the bit.
She's getting married for the bid. While that was happening, they went to the worst dinner party ever, where it was revealed that Fox's wife is Tori's ex-wife, and there was a lot of tension, and it was awful. Meanwhile, Gentry and Erastus and Sagan have gone to find the survivors who have been locked into a church, and Gentry like astral projected into their prayer circle and was like, it's chill. We're going to save you guys. Don't worry, anybody. You can worship me now as your god. But Dana was very uncomfortable about it because she doesn't like being the center of attention.
Dana likes being the center of attention, to be clear. Gentry.
Gentry does not. She's like, I don't want to tell people to pray to me, please. During the dinner, I guess things got too salty. I'm trying to remember the exact thing that like triggered it, because it was like 1 second things were kind of tense but chill, and the next second everybody's being turned into were-tigers.
Well, first you started to fight. Well, Sigrid kind of started a fight after you
Sigrid
needled
started a
her
fight.
for the entire dinner.
She was needling me also. It was
It
reciprocated.
was a mutually
needling.
needly situation. Everyone was poking everyone.
Your ex-wife or current wife,
I think technically current.
lover.
We technically never got divorced because she just walked out one day by saying, I'm going to go visit my sister, and she doesn't have one, and she never came back.
Wait, she doesn't have a sister?
That's the best breakup ever.
And then you run into her again at a dinner party where Martha Sinclair is pretending to be your wife.
That's true. That's true.
Oh my gosh.
Sigrid started a fight. Y'all got in a fight. And then when it went bad, Sigrid used the ring, her ring that is her wedding ring to Fox, the silver ring with a tiger's eye gem, activated this ring, and it cast this giant aura that engulfed the whole town and bathed it in moonlight, and everybody turned. That's how the were-tigers happened. But it was a pretty short-term thing. It only lasted for a few minutes.
And as part of that, Sagan also turned into a were-tiger momentarily.
He did.
A little tiny one. Cute. But also one of those survivors in the church turned
Oh yeah.
and started attacking
Oops.
other survivors, which was a problem that Gentry and Erastus had to bust in there and try and defuse.
And I think we did it quite well.
You succeeded. You succeeded in handling that situation.
He definitely succeeded. Gentry revealed herself to the people. To be a god.
Yeah, dude.
I mean, if you're going to reveal yourself, that's much better than the usual way.
Were your spiritual tits out?
Of course they were.
In the church.
Always.
Oh, so she did reveal herself.
In church.
They're not your tits. Are they your tits?
No.
No, they're her
my
grandmother's tits in a
Yeah.
Their
Right.
mom-
in their in
forgot.
tasteful lingerie,
In a
Yeah.
tasteful
bustier situation.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
You've got us
This
trained.
wasn't a
of course.
podcast when I decided that was going to be that. This was just us playing
And now
D&D.
it's too late to change it.
That's probably why we had to make it into a podcast.
Yeah, that definitely was a contributing factor. So thank you
Yeah.
Yes.
for your commitment to the bit.
Meanwhile, in the awful dinner party that's now a were-tiger fight, Sigrid ran away. It was like 5 were-tigers in a room and Martha.
Giddy.
Which is kind of an awesome image if you think about it. Like I'm just
Yeah.
picturing this side, this overturned table, all this food scattered on the floor, just a pit of tigers, and Martha on the table having the time of her life with her fucking mace or whatever, her whip, just aloft.
I had my whip out because there were tigers, and I've seen a circus before.
I do remember in that fight having the thought of like, oh no, I have to help Martha. And then Martha started killing people, and I was like, oh no, she's fine. She was kind of fine.
She's a best-selling author. She's got it.
Martha's always going to be fine.
Gentry and Erastus saved all of the people from the church, and Martha killed a lot of were-tigers.
And ended with her whip wrapped around just a naked old man. That's where we left off.
That's where we left. But we're still in there, and Fox is still around.
Mhm. He was behind you and Sigrid, but he did leave.
And Sagan is still around and is
Oh,
about.
and he had a very touching reunion with his sister.
Yeah.
Where they tearfully embraced after so long apart.
Just before the Oblex punched a hole through Erastus's head.
Oops. Forgot about that.
I'm going to look great with an eye patch.
This is what you look like right now.
Tohri chased after Sigrid to get the ring from her, but also to have a very intense and I think surprising to Jess emotional confrontation. All of you, I'm pretty sure, were like, oh, he's going to kill her. Like, you all thought that I was just going to have him kill her. Straight up,
I knew you weren't
remember.
trying to, but I also knew that what you were doing probably would.
I mean,
But you didn't.
I was a were-tiger for some of that. I had no control over my
No,
actions.
for some of it you were a were-tiger, and for the rest of it you were a man with no pants on.
Plausible deniability, baby.
Trick cocking.
Donald ducking it out in the snow.
You had a fight with your wife. You
Yep.
took the totem from her, despite her saying it might save her life.
You're holding it over your wiener.
How big is the totem?
exactly the size of Tohri's wee wee.
That's why I need to know. We have 0 answers about anyone's genitalia.
Oh my gosh, should we
And
put
we're
the
gonna keep
purple
it
knit
that
hat
way.
on it?
This is a dignified podcast.
Put the purple knit hat on it.
Since when?
Right now. So from here on out.
Season 2.
Guys, I gotta go.
I'm dignified now.
This is where stars getting dignified.
The game tries dignity.
Coming up on I Seduce the Dragon.
God killing. Does anyone feel up for that currently? Like they can super
Fucking lootly.
should have asked a different group of people.
You would have your ways too if you knew dick about being a god.
I have been given power, and you have no idea what I'm capable of.
Tohri, you and I are cleared to get married. I know that our officiant is dead. We did kill him. We're stronger together, me and Tohri. And he's ripped us apart.
I'm not having a good time.
Psychic damage.
Are you more of a jerk now or less of one?
We're gonna find out. I'm not a good person. I'm not a forgiving person.
How long, Tohri, until your rage becomes all that you are?
Erastus, what is it with you and tentacles?
You know, that's what I'm trying to find out. I believe it's my raison d'etre.
It's time to face what you are. Lonely.
And it punches you in the dick.
I thought I was better at handling tentacles.
Roll an insight check.
A better one than last time.
I would prefer that as well.
Roll again and don't suck this time.
I rolled a 1, so that actually wasn't better.
The only way it could have been worse, actually.
Welcome to season 2. Have you already formed a parasocial relationship with us? Good news. We're getting into pudding kink.
Is that a thing? Kink is my new thing.
I just won D&D. I got a 4-person cringe.
This was not the podcast I set out to make, folks.
Well,
You knew what you were getting into, though, a little bit.
when I invited my dumbest friends and a porn star to do a podcast with me, I didn't expect it would be stupid and dirty. No one believes you, Jess.